Hi, how are you? My name is Ting, Principal Trainer of Research Solutions. I hope you are very healthy and happy, especially in this moment in the MCO period. And we are doing the same thing at home, yeah? Then today I'm going to record my fourth video. And hopefully the first three is actually giving a lot of helps to you for you to understand a little bit more about psychology. Now, a lot of friends actually they ask me after they have watched the video and says, "Hi Ting, what should I learn NLP and why should you learn NLP?" And learning NLP is something that is not cheap. I mean, knowledge is expensive. Because knowledge is actually scientific proven and is actually come up with all the psychology, is actually not cheap. I have been spending a lot of my time to study in depth about NLP. And also I have spent a lot of money into learning NLP. And by the time that I spend in learning NLP, I actually have a lot of opportunity cost. When you are in investment, you know what do I mean by opportunity cost. The dollar and cent that we put into the share market, we can actually using that on the other way, which can produce even more return. That we call it opportunity cost. Therefore, it's not easy for a person to acquire knowledge without putting out effort, energy, time. Today, I'm going to talk about what is, in a nutshell, of NLP. What is NLP? Three simple words. NLP. What is that? In terms of classroom style, N is actually we call neuro. And L is linguistic. And T is programming. Yeah, this is a very official definition of neuro-linguistic programming, and in short we call NLP. And it has been exist for quite a while in the society. But if you ask me what is neuro-linguistic programming, this is a formal definition. But still, if you and I are not trained properly in the NLP techniques, then we still don't know what is NLP. Before I come to this stage now, I have been encountered this back to the year 2000s. So I have been learning this for about 20 years. And only for the past few years, I start to do my teaching and coaching. Because my personal point of view, I need to know more and in-depth about that topic before I am going out to teach and I'm going out to help people. Now, back to me, when I have been so many years learning about this NLP thing, I think NLP actually just a different set of mind. It's a different set of thinking pattern. Previously, before I learned the skill, I can only think in that way. But after I learned this, I have been opened up to so many possibilities. Therefore, in our coaching, we always ask our coachee, do you have another option to you? Do you have another option to your existing problem? This is always we ask our coachee. In order for our coachee to open up the neural system in us. When you come to my class, this is the first day that I'm going to explain, because we need to understand what is NLP as a whole before we go into the skill. And to me, NLP is applied psychology. What is the meaning of applied psychology? We know scientific proven a lot of things about psychology. In terms of medical science, do you ever heard about the words of placebo? The placebo effects. When scientists, they come up with a new drugs, new medication, for example, the COVID-19 vaccinations, or any vaccination or any drugs in the past, before they administer to the people, to the volunteer, in human being, they need to use it in animals or any other thing. Which one? This one we are all known about it. But when the end stage of the testing of the new drugs, they need to put the administrator on the person, the volunteer. See whether that person have the same effect as the animal in the lab. Therefore, scientists usually they will form into two groups. One group is the real administrations of the new drugs or new vaccinations. And the other group, they actually giving, we call it the placebo. Maybe the injection of the new drug so-called is just a distilled water. Or maybe it's just a vitamins, which is got nothing to do with the new drugs or new vaccinations. And scientists, they will monitor these two groups and see what is the effect of these two groups after they've been injected respectively with the solutions. And the placebo effect group, they don't know that they are actually being injected with the normal distilled water or just a vitamin solutions. So psychologically, they know they have been injected something, and then that doctor actually told him this is the vaccinations or this is the new drugs. Psychologically, they accept that, and they consciously also aware that the new drugs actually administered to the body. And scientists actually, they need to see whether this group of people have any positive reactions towards the disease that they are going to cure. This is we call psychology, it's a placebo effect. And this one, NLP, the technique in NLP is not only we are using in terms of sales, but we can use it in terms of so many other things in our life. Because in our life, we can't get rid of psychology effects. Talking about us, when we sit down and then we watch movie, either Superman or Spider-Man, consciously we know it's impossible for a human being to zip anything, then the spider web come out, and then I can swing on the Spider-Man. Or I just go into the telephone booth and then I come out to be a Superman, wear underwear outside. It's impossible for a human being flying to the outer space. But when we are in the cinema, we pay the tickets for the movie. What we do, we need to suspend our logical thinking. We need to suspend our critical thinking, and we accept whatever things that happen in the world. Likewise now, today, talking about COVID-19, there are so many rumors and there's so many articles, so many statements made by somebody. that put up into the Facebook, and then if you choose to believe it, it is the truth to you. It is a reality to you. And that we call is a psychology. And then of course, this is a very layman term of explanation of psychologies. And then if you have the chance to go to universities, scientific way or explanations on the psychology is of course is very different from me. Because I want to make it as simple as possible. And when we understand that, when we want to motivate ourselves, what should we do? In a very simple way, and then that is always the case. Motivation, I put it in an inverted comma, is actually self-cheating. I need to believe that one day I become somebody. I need to believe something that I haven't seen. What I see now about myself is a person, is a reality that I am not happy about. And I want to achieve something in the future. And when I do that, I need to believe that whatever things that I am doing now actually help me to achieve that goal. And that is psychology. NLP help me and help you with the applied psychology, which means the psychology theory, it has become a step-by-step process. And for you and for me to achieve the goal we are set in our life, be it financial goal, how much money you want to accumulate, how much wealth you want to accumulate, or I would say in terms of family, in terms of relationships, in terms of love, in terms of body health, physical health, in terms of spiritual, the goal that we want to be unite, oneness with the universe or with God, if you believe in God. These are all the goals that we want to achieve. Remember the day I have talked about the 4 dimensions in our life: the physical, the emotion, our thinking pattern, and also our spiritual world. We need to develop these 4 over the time so that we can be a person that is so much different. Therefore, learning about the NLP is a new set of horizon for us. We are no longer focused on ourselves or our family or my area. I live in a taman, so I'm taking care of the taman. I become the ruler of this taman. But if I go a little bit higher, I say I need to take care of my states. Or later I will need to take care of the whole Malaysia because I am Malaysian. I born here. This is my tanah air. From young we all sing Negaraku until today. We respect our bendera Jawa Kebina. And if we go better and further, we're taking care of ASEAN. After that is Asia, or Southeast Asia, Asian, and then the whole world. That is the thing that actually we want to do. By knowing the NLP, actually it provides us. We are not only looking into our own self, but we take care of other people's benefit, goodness, and even to the whole world. NLP is a very good stuff. It's an applied psychology. It helps us to solve a lot of problems in our life. And it's actually something that is very simple. If you want to learn NLP, it's either 2 ways. Come to the NLP school, come to Wisdom Solutions, I show you the steps. Or you want to learn psychology, you go to universities and study for at least 4 years. for you to understand the whole spectrum of psychology. And sometimes, after graduate from the universities, you might not know how to apply it in your life. Therefore, I urge you, if possible, come. Tomorrow, in my Zoom session, I'm going to talk about how we use these NLP principles in our career. And I say career, if you already learn the techniques, you can use it in any aspect of your life. Your health, your family, your relationships with your spouse, anything. So I hope these simple explanations can open up your mind to understand what is NLP is all about. And what I say and what I learned for over almost 20 years, I would say it's just a peanut in the whole forest. I still keep on learning. I still keep on experiencing the principle in my life. And I keep on teaching because my students, the questions that they raise in my class, they are my best teacher. They either open up my horizon even bigger, or they actually within my understanding. But I thank them, all of them, all of my students, I thank them. Always towards the end, I say thank you very much. As if you learn a lot from me, but I learn even more from you. So if you have any questions that you want to put it to me, welcome. With this, I thank you, and I wish you well, your family, yourself, and whatever undertaking, now and forever. Thank you for my next video.